Hi! I wanted to take the time today to do a pregnancy Q&A. I've gotten quite a few questions over on Instagram, and I really haven't talked about my pregnancy like at all on YouTube besides the pregnancy announcement. So I thought it would be fun to answer some questions. To start with some basics, we found out we were pregnant on August 10th, and at that point I was 3.5 weeks. So we found out very early. I just kind of had a feeling, so I took a test and it was positive. So we knew very early on, which makes pregnancy feel so incredibly long. That being said, my tentative due date, I like the term guess date better, is in late April. It's typical for first-time moms to go into labor closer to 41 or 42 weeks. So I'm also open to like beginning of May. Did we find out the gender? Yes, we did. We actually did a at-home blood test, which was kind of horrifying. That's a story for another time, but we did that at 10 weeks. So we actually found out at like 10.5 weeks that we're having a boy. And then our 20-week ultrasound confirmed that the blood test was correct and we are indeed having a boy. Someone asked if we were looking at certain names, if we had names picked out, if we were going to be sharing the name. For the first like 10 weeks until we found out it was a boy, we were pretty much sold on the fact that it was a girl. Like, I was set in stone that it was a girl, and we've had a girl name picked out for probably a year now, so I was really hoping it was a girl because I want to use that name so bad. But that being said, as soon as we found out it was a boy, we did a lot of digging for boy names, and boy names are really hard, we've discovered. Girls are just so much easier for us. So it took us a while to come up with a boy name, but I think we finally settled on it 16 weeks. It might have been a little sooner than that. I don't really remember. We settled on a name. We were gonna actually keep it completely secret until he was born, but I just couldn't resist telling like family and friends. I've yet to share it online, and I don't know if we will share it before he's born or not. We'll definitely share it after he's born, but it's still kind of up in the air whether we'll just like openly post it. But I have shared on Instagram that it's starts with an R because we got him a stocking this year for Christmas and we had it hanging up and you could see it in the photo. So that is what I will say, is his name starts with an R. Okay, some people are asking about my daily routine or like work-life balance now being pregnant and like how the work schedule looks and everything. I have to say I've had a very, I guess, non-traditional in today's modern sense of a pregnancy. We've always known that as soon as we started having kids that I would not be working anymore to be a stay-at-home mom, and we kind of just took on those roles earlier than most people would, even with that in mind. So I actually quit my job at, I want to say like between like 11 and 12 weeks. I actually quit my job. So I have not been working since then. So my work-life balance is not really a thing. I spend a lot of my time at home nurturing our home and honestly kind of getting into a rhythm that I want to maintain when he's born. I'm super grateful that I was able to start this routine sooner rather than later. But yeah, I don't know that I'll ever go back to work, and that's just kind of what's worked for us right now. Workout routine. Wow, you guys, working out during pregnancy is not easy. It is not easy. I will be so honest about that. The first few weeks, I was doing some at-home workouts a little bit. Second half of the first trimester, I did not work out at all. And I didn't really have nausea or sickness really at all. I'm so blessed. But just like the sleepiness, laziness, just so many changes are happening, and the last thing I felt like doing was working out. So for a while I did not, but and I'd say in the last month and a half I've definitely gotten back into it. I just do workouts at home, honestly. One of these days I'll get back to the gym just to do incline walks on the treadmill, but I don't really plan on doing anything super intense since I've been out of practice of it. I don't want to try to jump back into it mid-pregnancy. I'll actually be in my 3rd trimester next week. Mostly my workouts at home I do in the backyard to get some fresh air while I do it, and it typically consists of like a bunch of squats. Honestly, sometimes I go back into my dance days from my youth and I will do some like ballet bar routines out there. Stuff to get me moving, stretching, keeping some leg muscle. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of like bicep curls because I feel like holding a baby all the time will get heavy and I need to be prepared for that. But I don't do anything super strenuous. I just try to like get moving and get the blood pumping. Nothing crazy. How has my pregnancy been overall? I feel like I've kind of touched on this already, but it has been so incredibly smooth. I can't even express how easy it's been compared to how hard I thought it would be, or how hard I know that it is for other moms. I had a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks of nausea. Never led to throwing up, never led me to like have to cancel plans or anything. It was pretty mild. And I also attribute some of that to travel, because we went on our honeymoon during that 2-week bout of nausea, and I feel like that could have had a lot to do with it, because I get nauseous traveling just in general. So first trimester was really easy. I was just tired and I was sleeping a lot. I took naps every single day and it wasn't so bad. Second trimester has been amazing. I've had all my energy back. I've been almost like starting to get into nesting mode. I would say the hardest part has just been growing, like physically becoming larger has been really hard physically. I'm out of breath all the time. Going up the stairs is like, you know, a marathon. Figuring out clothes to wear and just being mentally okay with the fact that I'm like large now. I think that's been the hardest part of pregnancy. So other than that, I literally cannot complain. I've been super blessed with this pregnancy, and I can only pray that any future pregnancies are the same way. Speaking of which, some people ask, is this a planned pregnancy? Are there going to be future ones? Yada yada. Yes, this was planned. We started trying like 2.5 months after our wedding, I want to say. My timeline might be a little bit off, but we started pretty shortly after getting married, and our first month of like actually scheduling things out and trying to conceive, we did. So definitely was a planned pregnancy. Definitely, God willing, will be more. We want to have a lot of children. We have our hearts set on a number as a minimum. I don't really want to share that right now. There is a minimum number that we want. We are open to more. Hold on, I gotta go get the bread out of the oven. Okay, I had to pull the loaf of sourdough out of the oven for tonight's dinner. As I was saying, yes, hopefully many more kids. Okay, here's a fun one. Someone asked about any cravings that I've been having. Surprisingly, I don't really feel like I've had that many cravings. Early on, I was craving Cane's. I don't know. I don't really eat fast food. That's not really been something I do for like years now. But in the first trimester, I wanted Raising Cane's all the time. I got it like twice. And then shortly after that, oh my gosh. See, I'm so out of breath coming up those stairs. Shortly after those Cane's cravings, I kind of found fried chicken to be repulsive for a while, so that was interesting. Since then though, the only craving I've really had is sushi, and I've been eating a whole lot of that. We go like every week, every other week-ish to all you can eat sushi. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. I love it so much. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've heard maybe my take on eating sushi while pregnant, so please do not leave any negative comments about that, because I believe sushi is more beneficial to pregnancy than the possible risks. Last but not least, the birth plan. People are asking, is there a specific birth plan? Are you doing a home birth, hospital birth? We are planning on doing a home birth. I know it's kind of, it feels a little bit scary to be like a first-time mom doing a home birth, but I have heard so many positive stories of people doing a home birth, whether it was their first or 5th child. It's usually always better than a hospital experience, and I just feel more comfortable knowing I will be in my own home, in my comfortable safe space. I get to pick my midwife who's coming, and we're like friends now. I see her all of the time for appointments. It just feels more natural, more comfortable, more cozy, more safe. So far everything looks great. I haven't had a single red flag, I guess you would say. I've had no pregnancy issues whatsoever. Blood work always looks good, blood pressure always looks good, dietary needs are great, growth of the baby is good as far as we can see. It's just been amazing. So the plan is to do a home birth. She's going to be bringing a birthing tub so we can do like a water birth if that's what feels best in the moment, and I'm so looking forward to meeting our sweet boy. I'm so excited we get to do it at home. I can't wait to just like relish in the newborn moments in the comfort of our own bed. I think it's just gonna be so beautiful, and I can't wait to just like watch God's providence over the whole thing. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited if you can't tell. Oh, I wanted to show you guys my bump really quick. This is my 26-week bump. I am 26 weeks and 1 day today, so we've still got a little ways to go, but I also feel like we've come so far. Those are all the questions I had to answer. If you have any further questions, you can leave them down below. You can go DM me on Instagram and I can do like a part 2 if there's enough questions to fill that, or if there's not, I'll just like respond to you personally to answer any questions. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.